What is going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new featured archetype. Last time we covered guard dragons. Now we're taking a look at Evil Eye. Apparently this is a new and upcoming archetype. A lot of people have been talking about it. I've heard mixed opinions, whether it's good or bad or not. I haven't read any of the card effects until now, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. They've got 3 main deck monsters, 5 spells. They've got 3 traps and 1 Link 3 as of right now. I'm not sure exactly when this is supposed to come out. This is just stuff that was recently released. Still has the, the Japanese watermark down in the bottom right corner. So this is all pretty new stuff, new to me at least. The Evil Eye archetype. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one here. We have Seraziel, Watcher of the Evil Eye. It's a level 4 Dark Fiend. Those are all pretty good stats to have. 1600 attack and 1400 defense. So not too bad for just a monster that you can seemingly just normal summon. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 Evil Eye card from your deck to your hand except itself. Okay, so it searches for any Evil Eye card upon normal summon. That's very good. I mean, it could say if this card is summoned, period, like a Tower Knight monster. So if you special summon it, if you normal it, if you flip it face up or whatever, that would be even better. But it's a nice nice mechanic there. You know, when it's normal summon, you just get to search an Evil Eye card except for itself. And as a tertiary or a secondary effect, I should say, while this card is equipped with an Evil Eye of Selene, quick effect, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Let me use this effect of Seraziel, Watcher of the Evil Eye once per turn. And then it has a third effect, once per turn during the next standby phase after this effect was activated, destroy a card you control. Okay, so kind of has a bit of a give and take, but it'd be interesting to see if any of the other cards in the deck sort of have an effect when they're destroyed. Surely this just isn't something as like a countermeasure to sort of like, balance things out. Like I pop a card on your field now, and during my next standby phase, I have to destroy something. Or maybe the field, maybe like one of these cards, because I know they have a field spell. Maybe it protects stuff from being destroyed. I don't know. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty good searcher. Then we have another card. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 Evil Eye card in your graveyard except Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye, which is this card. I forgot to even read the name. Level 4, 1400 attack, 600 defense, sort of opposite stats of the first one. So it just adds back an Evil Eye card in the grave upon normal summon. And then while this card is equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, quick effect, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Okay. You can only use the effect of Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye once per turn. And then once per turn during the next standby phase, after this effect is activated, banish 1 card from your graveyard. Okay. So these are all getting effects when they are equipped with the equip spell Evil Eye of the Selene, which is this right here. We'll read that in a moment. But I'm interested to see what this card itself says. So far, so good. Lots of normal summons. I'm really interested to see what some of these spell cards do, because there's a lot of normal summon effects going off here. A lot of removal cards in the graveyard by banishing and destruction on field with this one. So far, so good. And then we have Vigilius, Retainer of the Evil Eye. Level 3 Fiend, 400 attack, 2k defense. Okay, you control an Evil Eye monster. You can special summon this card from your hand. And you can only special summon Vigilius, Retainer of the Evil Eye once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can send 1 Evil Eye spell trap from your deck to the graveyard, except or you can only use this effect of itself once per turn. So this one just sort of hits the board with any other of these Evil Eye cards, or I guess it could also be the Link monster. You just get to summon it down. It's a once per turn. You can't summon multiples. And it's worded differently than like Photon Vanisher was, and I only bring this up because of like Galaxy Trance and stuff with Vanisher. It says it can only be special summoned once per turn. But this one, it says, and I'm not sure if this is the correct translation yet, because I'm assuming the full English translation hasn't been 100% confirmed, but it says you can only use the, or it says where here. You can only special summon Vigilius or Retainer of the Evil Eye once per turn this way. So it says this way at the end of that, so it's a little bit different, but very, very good. It just dumps an Evil Eye spell or trap from the deck to the grave. And we'll go ahead and, speaking of the spell and traps, we'll check some of them out. Here we have Forbidden Awakening of the Evil Eye, just a normal spell card, okay. Special summon 1 Evil Eye monster from your hand or graveyard. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell or trap zone, you can special summon 1 Evil Eye monster from your deck instead. You only activate Forbidden Awakening the Evil Eye once per turn. So basically, you just get to special summon Evil Eye monster from your hand or grave, and then if you have that equip spell, they're referring to the equip spell again, it must be pretty important. They've referred to it 4 times now in every card we've looked at. Except for this one, actually. They didn't mention this one, I should say. I was just thinking that they did because the first 2 monsters did, but this one did not. This one does not have any other interaction with the equip spell, it looks like. It just says you get to special summon it, and then during your main phase, you can send an evil eye spell or trap. So maybe that's a setup to get that in the grave to add it back with this. But then again, maybe you'd have to do a little different setup because, like, you would seemingly normal summon this first and then summon this, and then you would send this to get maybe this back. I'm not sure, but this also says you just get to search it anyways. You just add any evil eye card, period. It's not specifying monster, spell, or trap. It's any evil eye card, which is really, really nice to see that. Very vague restrictions are oftentimes a indicator of something very, very good. So we have the Forbidden Awakening. We already checked this one out. I think it's pretty good. Get additional benefits to summon from deck if you have that equip spell. Then we have a quick play, Curse of the Evil Eye. If you control an Evil Eye monster, target 1 spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap zone, destroy card is banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. So this is sort of like a built-in back row removal. No need to play Twin Twister. I mean, probably should still side Twin Twister, but, like, I mean, just to have a built-in searchable back row removal or banishing, like, that just seems really, really good to me. Anytime a deck has any sort of built-in destruction or removal, we've seen with, like, Sky Striker, especially since it's searchable with Cerziel, that looks very, very promising. Now we have a continuous spell, Watchful Rule of the Evil Eye. I like the artwork on this one. It kind of reminds me of Alistair a little bit and some, like, Lovecraft stuff with some of these cards. I don't know, the eye and everything, like, I don't know, like Cthulhu looking stuff. Maybe I'm getting sort of a vibe like that. I'm not entirely sure, but I do like the artwork on this. It looks very, very sinister. So we do have a continuous spell. When you activate this card, you can also banish 1 Evil Eye card from your graveyard, and if you did, draw 1 card. Okay, we're starting to draw some cards now. All right, that's pretty good. Once per turn after damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, there's that card again, attacked an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster. Okay, that's also really good. Just turn any card into, like, I'm forgetting a card that wanted, like a Zodiac monster with Whiptail underneath. You just get to banish it after damage calculation. That seems really good. So we have removal by banishing. We have spell trap removal. If this card in the spell trap zone is destroyed, okay, by a card effect, you can target up to 3 of your banished Evil Eye cards, return them to the graveyard. See, that is what I was talking about. So Cerziel seemingly to be the best normal summon in the deck because it just searches anything in the deck. And then next standby phase, you know, after you use its pop effect, you could pop this continuous, and then you just get to recycle resources to the graveyard to possibly add back with this, or this card. You get to, you know, move them from the banish zone back to the grave to, you know, revive with this card. So there's some synergy going on there. I like it. I like it. Now, Evil Eye of Selene, I'm not exactly sure how this is pronounced, but this is the money card that they've been talking about so far. It is an equip spell. Equip only to an Evil Eye monster. It cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target with card effects. So they're going to hit us with that right off the bat. Pretty much make this card unable to be destroyed by battle, card effects, and it can't be targeted. Spellbook of Fate still gets around it. Anyways, each time you activate the equipped monster's effect or another Evil Eye spell trap card, the equipped monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. If this card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points and banish 1 Evil Eye spell trap in your graveyard, except itself. Set this card, and you can only use this. Oh, so it can just get itself back from the graveyard by banishing an Evil Eye spell trap, and you lose 1,000 life points. And you lose 500 life points every time it gains 500 attack. Yeah, so each time you activate the equipped monster's effect of another Evil Eye spell trap, the equipped monster gets 500, and if it does, you lose. So that happens regardless. So you're going to lose life points anyways. That's not a you can. You do lose the 500 if it does gain the 500. So there's no really getting around that. You're going to be taking some damage. Sort of like a DDD type card, almost like a Dark Contract, if you will. But this is a little bit better than Dark. I mean, you just make your search, you normal this, you search out this, you equip it with this, and then you've already got a monster that can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, and it can't be targeted. and it can boost itself up by 500,000, maybe 1,500. And at that point, it's already over 3,000 attack, this thing. So this is like a built-in sort of hidden normal or normal summonable boss monster for the deck, if you will, especially when you pair it with an equip card like that. I think that's pretty damn good. All right, now we have the field spell. I knew this destruction effect in the standby phase would come in clutch with that continuous. Or I was thinking maybe the field spell would get something, but like I guess the continuous makes a little more sense, or maybe something with the equip spell would work. But I had that. I've got that 9,000 IQ. I know. Then we have Pareidolia, Domain of the Evil Eye. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. Probably not, though. Very, very kind of almost vampire-esque looking field spell there. Anyways, when this card is activated, you can add an Evil Eye monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked with Evil Eye of Selene, is attacked while Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell or trap zone, you can activate this effect. Any battle damage you take from that battle is also inflicted to your opponent. This card is in the field spell zone, is destroyed by a card effect. You can target one Evil Eye monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So we have a searcher that searches a searcher that searches. I guess searching a searcher would indicate that it searches, but like terraforming for this, play this, search this, summon this, search this. And then you're already getting the benefits of the field spell because you have this in a spell trap zone, which is really, really nice. So it seems like the deck isn't going to have any consistency issues getting any of this stuff out. Like mainly your equip spell, your field spell, and Serziel. That all seems like it can get going pretty easily. And then it's just like, you know, once per turn, and that's just like once per turn during damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked while it's, you know, the equip spell is in a spell trap zone, you can activate this effect. Any battle damage you take from that battle is also inflicted to your opponent. So like, you could just technically run this into a higher attack monster, like a kaiju or something with this, and since it can't be destroyed by battle, your opponent's just going to take all that damage, which is interesting. There's some interesting things there. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid card. I mean, if it searches any Evil Eye monster in the deck, I'd say it's probably a 3-of, along with this card, maybe. And this could even search out this, and then this could search out this, and then you could summon this. I would really have liked to see this be a tuner, and maybe an Evil Eye Synchro monster. I think that would have been really cool to see, because like it's just a tuner that you can just summon to the field, make a level 7 synchros. I think that would have been really nice. Then we have 3 trap cards, count them, 3, 1 regular, 1 continuous, and 1 counter trap, and that counter trap looks mighty, mighty fierce. Alright, so we have Jealous Disruption of the Evil Eye. This is just a normal trap. If you control an Evil Eye monster, target 1 monster in the field, or up to 2 instead. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap zone, return them to the hand. Wow. So you just get to bounce a card if you control an Evil Eye monster, but if you've got the equip spell, you get to bounce 2. That's like a double compulse. That's not too bad. I'm not sure what this deck's preference is. Maybe going first or second. I'd probably say this seems like more of a going first deck so far. Very control based. The equip, the field spell, and some of these trap cards. This seems really good. That's like no cost to you. You just flip it up, you bounce something. That's pretty good. And then we have Death Control of the Evil Eye. That is quite the name right there. That probably will change to like Snowball, Fairy Sprinkle of the Evil Eye or something in the TCG. We have no idea. But Death Control of the Evil Eye. Continuous trap card. While your opponent special summons a monster, when your opponent special summons a monster, in attack, so monsters in attack position while you control an Evil Eye monster whose attack is higher than that monster's attack, activate this card by targeting one of those monsters, take control of it. It's also treated as an Evil Eye monster while Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap zone. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. You can only activate 1 Death Control of the Evil Eye per turn. So, if I'm reading this correctly, if you control an Evil Eye monster whose attack is higher than that monster that your opponent special summons, you just get to take control of it. So I'm assuming that's where maybe turn 1, using summoning this to get this out, and then resolving other Evil Eye spell and trap card effects, or whatever this, what was the clause for this? Each time you activate equip monster's effects, or another Evil Eye spell trap card. Okay, so I'm assuming you could probably boost this thing up by 500 or 1,000 attack turn 1 just by activating like the field spell and maybe setting up the continuous depending on how well you opened, or maybe just resolving this during your opponent's turn. Like this comboed with this card being very high attack, like you could just take control of a monster really, really easy. Like I don't think they'd have to summon something with really, really high attack for that to not take effect. So you just get to take control of it, and then it's treated as an evil eye monster. That seems pretty good if it's if you've got that, you know, the equip spell. Again, the equip spell seems like a centerpiece of the deck, and I think this is probably where you'd want to play Cosmic Cyclone against this deck to get rid of this. But then again, you have a card like this, or where is it? This card right here. Wait, no, this one. When you activate it, you can also banish one evil eye card from your graveyard. If you just draw one card once per turn after damage, calculating an evil monster equipped with this. Attack the most monster, you can banish that monster, and then it says if this card in the spell trap is destroyed by a card effect, you target with 3 of your banished evil eye cards, return them. So, I would say Cosmic Cyclone is still a really good card against this deck. You just have to clear this card too, because this card, if you banish the, you know, the equip, it can just come back to the grave to get added back with a card like this. Like that, then it sort of just starts recycling itself really, really easy. So that card seems very good. And then we have the final one, the Counter Trap, Sentence of the Evil Eye. When a spell trap card is activated while you control an Evil Eye monster, negate the activation, you destroy that card. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell trap zone, this card's activation and effect cannot be negated, so it becomes spell speed 4, spell trap negation. I was kind of thinking it would be sort of like a Self-Telenite Alpha, some sort of negation counter trap. So it seems like everything in here can sort of run on its own. I haven't looked too deeply into deck lists of this in the OCG or what people are playing with online right now, but like it seems like this is one of those decks that could run really well on its own. Like everything can search itself, everything sort of intertwines with itself. It doesn't really seem like there's too many other other archetypes that this deck would need to be splashed in here. Maybe there is, I'm not entirely sure. This is literally my first time looking at this stuff, but like all this stuff seems very, very promising so far. I mean, I'm not sure how good it is in the field and, you know, in practice against other top tier decks like Thunder Dragon, Sky Striker, Guard Dragon, like Crusade, all this stuff. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll have to see how it plays out. And then last but not least, the Link Monster. So here we have Zerachiel, King of the Evil Eye, and is a Link 3. So, 2+ Evil Eye monsters. Now, I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be a Link 3, because you need 3 Evil Eye monsters. It's not like there's any other Evil Eye Link 2, unless I missed it. Evil Eye. Yeah, we only have 1 Evil Eye Link. No Link 2 to Link climb with. Okay, so that's interesting. Because, like, here's the basic thing I would see you doing is going like this, and then summoning this out, and then you would link, but I'm not sure. This card that was link summoned using a monster with 2600 or more attack as material can make a second attack during each battle phase. Okay. While this card is equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, quick effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use the effect of Evil Eye as Ratio, King of the Evil Eye once per turn during the next standby phase. After this card the effect was activated, negate the effects of one effect monster this card points to. Huh. That's interesting. I'm not really sure what to take in that. That is, so it sort of mimics this here. I'm assuming this is like a beefier version. Zerziel and then Zerachiel, maybe they're just the same entity, and then this is just in a different form, like we've seen with other cards like Alistair the Invoker, and then in the Invoker Madness form. This just seems interesting. It seems like this would be very hard to make. You know, it doesn't say, I didn't read anything that said like, you know, you can, you know, treat this as 2 link rating for a link summon of an Evil Eye monster, but I'm assuming that's maybe where the death control card would come in handy, because you can essentially just take a monster from your opponent, it's treated as an Evil Eye monster, and then you can just use that as link fodder as well. So I'm thinking that that's maybe how this card comes out a little easier. Its effect isn't that more extravagant than like this card is. Like, they both get that effect where if they have the equip spell to them, they just get to pop something, quick effect. But this just has target one card your opponent controls. This says target 1 special summon monster, so it is a little better in that sense, but like, setting this card up might, it seems right now a little difficult. I'd have to see some gameplay with the deck being played and things like that, etc., etc. But overall, I think this deck seems promising. Maybe it could be next best deck along the road. Who knows, though? Who knows? Definitely seems pretty good. I'd be interested to see what other support this deck gets, what archetypes this deck gets mixed with. But overall, I think it's a top-notch deck. I maybe like 6 or 7 out of 10 at this point. Could be even higher depending on what gets wrong with it, what its turn 1 looks like. It seems very control-based deck, turn 1 playstyle. So who knows? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And what do you think about this deck? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? Or what do you think? Let me know. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to check out Imperium Duelist also in the description. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Check me out on social medias as well if you haven't already. As always, guys, Winnerkill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.